Like I was saying,
Born in Kisumu, never in his wildest dream did Louis Otieno think he would be the driving force behind the growth of software development giant Microsoft in the African market. Having been appointed Microsoft East Africa country manager since the company started operations 15 years ago, Louis has gone on to be the regional manager in charge of the Microsoft business in East and Southern Africa.
never expected to be at Microsoft for 15 years. It's very rare, even at Microsoft, for people to be around for 15 years. But the job is such that you are coming in at a time with the right company in an environment that was just embracing technology. And I was part of that. That is the thing about it. So if you ask me, I can actually tell you the different things I was focusing on in every single one of the 15 years. They were never the same thing.
After clearing his A-levels in Nakuru, Louis had initially sought to study architecture, but that changed after his second year at Mercy College in New York, when he decided to focus on IT. He then went to Long Island University for his MBA in Business Administration.
I had some practical experience writing code in the real world as opposed to the theoretical stuff you normally do in college. I was forced to start taking evening classes in college in order to make ends meet in terms of time.
With over 2 decades of experience in the IT development world and overseeing many different markets, I seek to find out just what keeps him going. As difficult as the moments were, he has managed to sail through. It is this tenacious thinking of never letting a challenge put you down that has propelled him through the ranks at Microsoft.
I enjoy challenges generally because if there is no challenge, then I don't have an interest generally. So there are many challenges. Some of them are external, some of them are internal. Okay, internal to the company, okay, and external to the company. So internally, externally you've touched on some of them. The ones that most people are aware of are things like, intellectual property and the respect thereof in Africa. We generally continue to have very high piracy rates here, something like 80%.
By his own admission, the brightest feather in his cap so far has to be the lead role he played in localizing Microsoft Office and Windows into Kiswahili, a first for an African language. 7 other languages are currently being localized as a result of the move.
The only reason that happened the way it happened is because I'm a techie, and therefore I was not intimidated by any technical talk.
He is married and a father of 4, but just how does he balance work and family, one would wonder. He says despite numerous assignments out of the country, he always makes time to be home, especially over the weekends, to spend time with his family. Though looking calm, he is humorous and has coined interesting nicknames for his daughters thanks to his involvement in the IT firm over the years.
I always joke about it that the first one was Windows 95, the next one was Windows 98, the next one was Windows 2000, and so they were born at that time. So it's an internal joke at Microsoft and so forth. So I stopped at 4.
When he's not driving the adoption of IT, Louis enjoys decisive sports where there must be a clear winner, such as golf, which he enjoys playing every Saturday. He is also an avid supporter of English club Manchester United and Gor Mahia locally.
Big Man U fan, Big Sevens fan, any sport that doesn't allow for a draw, which doesn't happen in Man U. That's why I like Man U. Okay, you either lose or you win, you rarely lose. Okay, so those kind of things, big sports generally, any sport, but mostly football.
Louis loves farming, his passion best described by a move towards buying a farm in Kisumu, where he grows vegetables as well as rearing sheep, goats and other farm animals.
I appreciate nature, I appreciate people, all types of people. I'm exposed to all types of people, so I'm very comfortable at any level in society. And animals and things like this.
His greatest fear is not living to accomplish enough.
Opportunities happen for those who are prepared. So you clearly have to be prepared, but another thing I can say is it's also attitude. You do need to have a sense of where you want to go in the long term, but then you need to set short-term goals about doing it. They need to be realistic, they need to be useful, they need to be enjoyable, and they need to leverage on your talent or your abilities.
He is usually a harsh critic of himself, setting annual goals which he reviews during the period around his birthday. If you're a prospective business leader, it could be just the advice you need. Michael Karanja for KTN's Money and Power.